Good evening, people. Hope you're well and welcome back to another Prem Panel Show. Team Kop-Ish here alongside KG, Aaron, and George. Gents, how you guys doing this evening?
Fantastic.
All good, man.
All good.
All good.
Happy to be here.
Everyone's
as always.
good at the moment,
Everybody's blessed, I think. Everybody's good.
I like this.
It's great when your team scores goals, if everything feels good in the world.
Unfortunately, Lewis couldn't make it. But yeah, bless up to Lewis as well, usually a regular. Guys, got some stuff to talk about this evening. We've got to look at Real Madrid versus Chelsea. I'm going to speak about the Carvalho side at Liverpool. Going to look at Ten Hag and what's going to be next for Manchester United. And then we're basically going to tell George how many points he's ahead of everyone else with the FPL and look ahead to the weekend fixtures. So let's start with the Champions League. Me and Drift put our necks out on the line and said, Real Madrid were going to absolutely batter Chelsea were going to absolutely batter Real Madrid. And lo and behold, Real Madrid had taken a 3-1 lead back to Spain after being very clinical against Chelsea. George, I'm going to come to you first as probably the person in here who dislikes Chelsea the most.
Yeah, you can say that twice.
Chelsea have shipped 7 goals in the last 2 games. One of the games was Brentford at Stamford Bridge. Formation change has seen them go to 4 at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's solely a formation issue, or do you think Chelsea are almost in that place at the moment where they are a bit complacent because they know they're not theoretically they're in the top 4, but they also know they're not winning the league?
I don't think it's just a formation thing, because I think they swapped to the 4 at the back for the second half, or at least after the third goal in the Real Madrid game, and they actually looked a bit better. Well, obviously still not scoring, but they looked a bit better. So it's a bit of a weird one. I don't really know what's going on. It could just be a pile-on from everything, the whole just Chelsea situation, the lack of goal scorers when it's not the defenders scoring, because that's been the story for Chelsea this year. It's when James was on fire, Chilwell was on fire, even the likes of Rudiger and Azpilicueta might have been popping up with a goal here and there. It's mainly come from their defenders. Their midfielders and forwards are not getting goals. And I think the fact that the defenders now haven't really helped with some of the goals, it's hard to see where they're going to come from in the team. So I think that's sort of been the main issue for them recently.
Sean says, breaking news, Chelsea's new owner is Benzema.
Benzema's forehead, man. Those headers are unreal.
The dream, bro. He's different, bro.
George, you mentioned goal scoring. And Aaron, I'm going to come to you on this one because you've seen this player play up close and personal who's at your club. Lukaku. What is going on with Romelu? I mean, oh no. It's giving him the hard side eye, you know.
Wow, was that yesterday?
Yeah, that's in a Jamaican household. I know what that look meant, boy.
100 mil for this.
But Aaron, at the beginning of the season, Chelsea fans were saying this is going to be the difference between them not winning the league and them now winning the league. Lukaku's come and, with all due respect to him, he stunk out the place. What do you think is the reason, especially from someone who's seen Lukaku play at their club?
One of the biggest issues Lukaku has, and maybe it's better off. I'm better off, putting out a disclaimer. I'm not saying that players coming out and talking is wrong, because a lot of players do that. But the issue that I've always had with Lukaku is he talks a good game, but he rarely backs it up on the pitch. And I think the whole interview situation with Sky Italia has just completely ruined his relationship with the fans. First of all, I think there's a lot of fans out there that still haven't forgiven him for what he said. And I just think his heart's not in it no more in terms of like being at Chelsea. I don't think he wants to be there. I genuinely think he wants to go back to Inter Milan. It probably didn't turn out the way he expected it to turn out. And that's probably why he's sulking now. Sulking, you can see it in his body language. You can see he's not comfortable. And it reminds me of, oh yeah, I remember that banner. Jeez. It reminds me of his last days at Manchester United,
Crazy.
It reminds me of him leaking, confidential training information and putting it out on Twitter. That's when we knew that Luke Shaw was the slowest apparently in training.
Sorry, I tried to keep that in.
He couldn't have been the slowest at eating, though. I'll tell you that much. You know the ones there, boy. You don't want eating for Luke Shaw, bro. Man was strictly talking about athleticism.
Oh, you're wrong for this. You're wrong for this.
No, I didn't even know he leaked that information.
No,
he did. He leaked
what even prompted him to do that?
He went to train with Anderlecht in an Anderlecht top when Manchester United told him to be back in Manchester for a certain date at a certain time, which he didn't respect. So it just, all these things remind me of what's going on at Chelsea now. Reminds me of his last days at Manchester United, and I just think it's going to be hard, especially with the situation Chelsea's currently in. But I can see him leave at the end of the season. So what is it down to? It's down to him completely damaging a relationship with the fans, with that interview, with the players as well, his teammates. I don't think some of the teammates have forgiven him because, if I know that you're my teammate and we've just bought you for 100 mil and we know that you could be that last puzzle to us, fighting for that title, and then you come out and say, I miss my old club. What? If you come in the next day in training, I'm going to look at you funny like, yo, what was that? That's the least I can ask you, like, yo, why did you say that, man? Like, we believe in you. We love you. We want you to be part of this squad and we want to achieve great things. Why would you come out and disrupt everything? Because that's what he's done.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, like I said, Lukaku's someone, and it's been like this since his days in Belgium when I used to live there and listen to his interviews. He talks a lot and it can come across as arrogant, but the only difference is he doesn't back it up on the pitch. And that's when it looks bad. That's when it looks bad. The first thing that pops into my mind is when he was on a good, very, 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 very good form. I think, was he at Inter or was he already at Chelsea? I can't remember. His form was incredible at Inter Milan, I think. Bagging goals every single week. And remember guys, he came out and said that, people always talk about Lewandowski and Kane and Ronaldo, and I think I should be in that bracket. Fair enough, you can say that, but you have to back it up on the pitch. And now you're looking silly with that quote because people are starting to bring those quotes back now. I've seen it yesterday, float about on Twitter. You're looking silly. So it's a combination of a lot of things. And I think at the end of the season, he's gone, in my opinion. There's no way. I think Tuchel's probably, I'm probably jumping the gun here, but I think Tuchel's had enough as well. I mean, can you load up the picture again when he's looking at him?
Oh, well, that one. Yeah, give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me load it back up.
Yeah.
It is. 1 sec. Hold on. Technical.
Uh-oh.
It happens.
No. We got it. We loading. Look at this, bro. I mean,
does this look like a manager that has full confidence in his £100 million striker?
You did tech food out of the pot, didn't you? You did tech food out of the pot.
That looks like some. He don't even look like he even trust him to take home his own kit and wash it. Like that. Doesn't trust him for anything. Sorry to even button on this one, but just quickly, just to add what Aaron was saying. Yeah,
go on.
I think you're fully right, bro. I think Tuchel kind of has had enough, and I think the only reason why he's still there is because obviously he's a big money signing, and they're probably hoping that if he has an okay end to the rest of the season, that maybe obviously if they were to sell him, they can still get good value for him because they kind of know as well that if he keeps saying he wants to leave and being all unhappy and whatever, that's where clubs can circle around him and they can just treat Chelsea like anything, so to speak, and they're in a very precarious position because obviously they haven't got an owner at the moment, and if one of your star players wants to leave, you can kind of go in and probably lowball them, and they might have to accept because their future is very uncertain.
Absolutely. So it's looking very very peak for Lukaku, man. And I don't, apart from Inter Milan, who the fans don't want him back either. So I don't know where I can see him go. To be honest, he's on big money. I heard it's something like 325 or something, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I remember when there was a point where all like the club salaries were leaked or something. I can't remember.
You know what? Let me
It
try and
must have
find
been
out
like
now.
a
Could it
few
not-
weeks ago, and I remember seeing. I could be wrong. It could be, yes, could be. I could be wrong, but I remember seeing 325 next to Lukaku's name.
Oh my! Do you know what? Aaron? I've actually just found a picture of some of Chelsea's wages, which
I think that's the picture I'm talking about that I saw.
Yeah. I don't know where this is from. I hope it's not from that
That is
certain
crazy.
paper that we really can't despise. Hold on, I'm just gonna bring it up so I didn't have time to really check. Hold on. Where is it? Where
Can't
is it?
even go to Everton because they might not be.
Bro, nah,
See?
fam. He's
Wow.
eating. He's eating up that wage bill.
Top earner, you know.
Bruv, look, no, actually, do you want to know something? Look at Shai Havertz.
Yeah, he's on big money too.
Look at
Bro,
Timo.
310.
Look at Timo.
Nah.
Timo wasn't that much money.
Timo's on 270. No, I'm sorry.
Pulisic and
No.
Valentin and Kepa. Look
No.
at what
No. You're missing a name. Someone needs to
Hudson.
ask me why. Ben Chilwell. Excuse me. Hold on a minute.
Oh, right.
Chile.
Wow.
Chilwell, bro.
190.
You know what? That's what Kane's earning. Just under what Kane's earning. That's mental.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Swear down.
Bruv,
Kane's not earning more than
that's-
200.
Kane's on 200k supposedly. Maybe it's a bit higher now, but 200k.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But this is, I'm not gonna lie,
This is
this
crazy.
is actually
Salah-
mad.
This is why Salah wants 400k because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder why. Yeah.
Because of
Bruv,
this.
Werner walked into Chelsea and obviously with a high reputation, but obviously not like a
that
Lewandowski
high.
reputation or a
Not too
Haaland, but with a
Yeah.
decent reputation. Bruv, he's on 270.
Phew.
Mad.
For a man that that doesn't like crowds because of his ear problem or whatever he has as well. Like that's a bit mental.
I remember that.
Man's got to go boots before the game just to make sure he's all right.
Gets irritated.
go get some cotton buds, allow it, and you're
Well,
paying
look,
him 270.
on the
Hudson
other
Odoi
end,
120.
on the other end of the Lukaku spectrum, there's a certain Karim Benzema.
All right, brother.
Mm.
This guy.
KD,
Bad boy.
So-
I'm gonna come
Sauce.
to you with this one because again, you're a big Ronaldo fan. Him and Ronaldo did some great things at Real Madrid. However, when Ronaldo left, a lot of people said that Benzema, that this could kind of be the end for him. He's reinvented himself and then some, which is fitting considering you're wearing an NWO top because Hulk Hogan did the same thing back in the day as well. Talk to you about Benzema, KG. What's your thoughts on the man?
Yeah, listen, the guy's been quality for years and years. I mean, this is what comes up though, man, and it always makes my eyes roll when these things happen. He scores a hat-trick against an English club. All of a sudden, everybody knows about Benzema again. You know, he's been doing this. He hasn't just scored a hat-trick in the last couple of weeks and then that's it. He's been doing this all season long. He's been doing it for the previous couple of years. Him and Vinicius are striking up one hell of a partnership, by the way, over there. Some nice
Vinicius
link-up
is
play
great
between the
this
two.
year.
Definitely.
But when you've got a player like Ronaldo, you're always going to have to sacrifice the way that you've played previously. It's just going to have to be that way. And obviously, Ronaldo left and he's come back into the driver's seat and he is the man there. And listen, he's been a cultural player for years. Like these finishes that you see in all this kind of different headers you see in the hat-trick against PSG, he's been about this. He's done this his whole career. So this shouldn't be anything new, but people act brand new to it all because he's just done it against Chelsea. So that means it means more. Nah, he's been doing this for time. Aaron will tell you this. He's been world class for years. Even when he was going through that different role with Ronaldo, he was integral to that front three. Full facts there.
I'll be real with you. I'll just say,
go
I'll be
on.
real with you. Back when it was like the Ronaldo days, I was one of those guys that said he's overrated but that's because the way I saw it, like because the limelight is just so much on Ronaldo in that team.
Yeah.
There's just no highlights on Benzema, if that makes sense. Like at that time, so back then I was like, no, you could stick any striker with Ronaldo, it would look good, sort of thing. But obviously over the years, just seeing that, yeah, he is actually just different gravy. Like he is so good.
And just my respect for him has always been super high because he's been doing this at the highest level. And people forget there is no way, and it's not a coincidence, that you're the number one choice striker at Real Madrid for over 13 seasons. This is not a coincidence. I am sorry.
Yeah.
It's not. Bro, how many strikers have Real Madrid bought to give him competition? Higuain, Adebayor, Chicharito,
Jovic.
Jovic and
I remember
them
Jovic
brothers
was meant
there.
Jovic was meant to replace Benzema, and I was like, "Do you guys know who Benzema is?" Like,
Kareem,
this guy has my full respect for 13 seasons to be at Real Madrid and do this consistently. Nah, respect.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Fully. And just to even add to that as well, yeah, I'm just going to read off like his goal scoring record at Real Madrid. This is just all competitions, yeah. 9 in 33, 26 in 48, 32 in 52, 20 in 50, 24 in 52, 22 in 46, 28 in 36, 19 in 48, 12 in 47. Then Ronaldo leaves now. Ronaldo leaves. This is what you get from Kareem. 30 in 53, 27 in 48, 30 in 46, and this season 37 in 36. Bro,
Yeah, he's having a nutty year this year.
Big up to everybody.
Season.
Big up, listen, big
Wow.
up to everybody on this panel, because even though I know you said, George, maybe you might thought it was overrated, you still respected his craft. Though. You probably just thought,
obviously.
yeah, do you know what I mean? So I think if you're a football man and you know about football, you would realize what this guy's been doing, and the fact that he had to kind of, as I think Aaron and you both said, and Cage as well, he had to kind of like change his game to kind of, he had to be the fulcrum point. He had to be sort of like the Firmino to Salah, so to speak. And he had to sacrifice a little and sacrifice a lot, because remember, there was even one point when Bale was playing on the other flank and he was doing that false 19 like no other, but he kind of didn't get the praise. And only now is he getting the praise, but he's been doing this for time. And just not only that, yeah, I'm looking at his total goal scoring record for Real Madrid, bro. It's frightening. In 595 games, he's got 316 goals, bro. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the guy's a machine, and it's such a shame as well. He's only getting his flowers now at like 34 years of age, yeah, because he's been doing it for a while. But I'm kind of glad he is finally getting them at the same time, because it's about time people start putting respect on his name. And yeah, it's
I was kind of disappointed in when he scored the hat trick against PSG, and Michael Richards came out and said, "Oh, I think he's I'm starting to see it now."
Yeah. When he done that, I kind of felt like saying, bro, like, this is why, like, people, and I love Michael Richards and what he's brought to the table, but when he said that, I was like, bro, don't say things like that, because people will go at you. You should know about this guy from day.
But this is what I'm talking about in terms of the English arrogance sometimes. Until they do it against Premier League teams, or until they do it in the Prem, they don't believe that these players are about anything. It's just a weird mentality. Yet all the players that everyone wants to sign always comes from abroad. But until they do it against an English team, they don't think it's genuine yet. It's crazy stuff, man.
It's like this myth that people put out at one point that, you know, people think that Messi wouldn't do it in the Premier League, and I'm just like, have you seen what this guy has done against English teams?
Ask Arsenal what he does to teams. Ask Arsenal.
Listen, see Messi.
Almunia's never been the same.
The Premier League is lucky Messi never came to the Prem in his prime. I'm telling you from now, he would have bust it up. Like, I'm talking.
Catamo would have been in so much trouble.
No, he would have had to retire, fam. He would have had to retire, fam.
Man said Lee Catamo.
Lee Catamo.
Wow.
Remember,
he can't do it. Gonna follow Messi around the pitch on the man marking team. This is Lee Catamo. People are saying Lee Catamo should start knocking on the door for England. No.
Messi. I don't know, but that's his foot. That was his crazy talk there. That's crazy.
Oh Lord.
crazy. Well, Matt, I'm gonna come to you with a question on Real Madrid though. Many people wrote them off against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Many people write them off against City if they get through, and City get through as well. Are Real Madrid coming into this phase? What they do in the Champions League, where they don't look great, don't look convincing, but they win games and end up winning the trophy. The Real Madrid now become one of the favorites in this competition again.
Yeah, they should be one of the favorites, and I'll tell you why. If I'm not mistaken, they're still top of the league, yeah. And to be fair, they've kind of taken their eye off it a little bit, because even when they got beat by Barca, you thought, oh, what's going on here with Real Madrid? Because they've just been coasting. They've really been tested in the Liga. But what's so mad is about Real Madrid, yeah? Yes, they are a bit of an aging team, but bro, they've got serial winners that know how to perform on the biggest stage. So yes, in the league, they'll take nights off. They will, because they're that bit older and they probably feel like we've got enough games there to kind of win that league. Because Barcelona obviously doing the whole revamp thing, but they know Barcelona is still behind them, even though they beat them. Real Madrid in the Champions League, they've just got that know-how to win, bro. They've got like Modric, Cruz, Benzema. They've invited Vinicius to the party, and he looks like he wants a piece now. Bruv, they've got Eder Militao now. He's hungry. Alaba, he's hungry. You still got flipping Mendes. Bruv, they got winners all over the pitch. Yes, I still think Man City can still hurt them. Of course, Man City can hurt any team. But I'm telling you something from now. Do not write off Real Madrid. Because on any given day, they can beat you. And we've just seen and again, it didn't surprise me, but maybe surprise, as KG said, like some of the English pundits that, Chelsea are just too strong. They're so powerful. They do this week in, week out. Bro, are you forgetting who Real Madrid have in their squad? Well, just because they don't have a bunch of 25-year-olds that are maybe over-aggressive in the back three. I'm not having that, bro. I really am not. You got to put some respect on Real Madrid's name, you know. You really have to. They might not be the same team that won it like when they won it, was it like 3 years in a row? But let me tell you something for now, bro. When you've got that know-how on any given night, you can just turn up in it. You know what time it is. Them brothers know, and it's kind of scary that they know that when it's Champions League, that they're just like, you know what? Come, we just ball out and show people. And that's a scary thing to do, bro. It's scary. I can't front.
Indeed. Guys, smash the like button if you haven't already.
Trust me.
Going to move on to the next topic. I'm going to slightly switch it up a little bit. KG, I'm going to come to you. A few weeks back, Ruan here, and you weren't happy. You weren't happy with Leeds, you weren't happy with Bielsa. And rightly so. Things weren't going well. Fast forward to now, I'm seeing smiles, are happy. Like, he's good again. He's good again.
He good. No, bro, we good. We're good again. We're good.
The team's scoring, the team's playing better. New manager. Looks as though you're going to be safe. How are you feeling now about Leeds?
Yeah, man. Listen, when you're talking a month ago, let's just go to the game after Spurs when we lost against them. That was the final game for Bielsa. Yeah, it was bleak then. We were easily the worst team in the league, and it wasn't even close either. We just awful. It was only going to go one way, if we're being really honest. If Bielsa was still here, I don't think we would have got 7 out of 9 points that we've got in the last 3 games if he was still here. I think that the message had just been lost. A few of the players have come out since and said that they didn't like the training methods and this and that. It's just been different, and the performances haven't been great, but we're not going to get great performances because our team is crap. But it's about getting to the end of the season with just enough points, and I think, and then go again in the summer. And I think that they know they have to go again in the summer. Jesse Marsh, I've said it on my own platform, but he's worked with, Shabazlai, Haaland, Daka, all these players. He's not going to want to keep Adam Forshaw and Matthias Klick around. It's just not going to happen, in my opinion. So for me, it's about getting to the end of this season with enough points. And Drift made a point in the group chat yesterday about with Everton losing against Burnley. Now, does that drag us back in? But unlike a month ago, where we're desperately looking at other teams' results and hoping that they don't get points, we can concentrate on ourselves again now because we are picking up points. So there's a big difference, especially in relegation scraps. It's mostly mental. And even though they've got games in hand, how likely are they going to win those games? It's not very likely because the proof's in the pudding. Look how many games they've won. And yet, as people are saying, Minamino, who, hey, that could be a link for us in the summer, so look out for that one.
What, you linked with him?
Well, we was linked with him in January, and it was around the time when they were talking to Jesse Marsh, like 8 days before this sacked Bielsa. So I don't believe in coincidences. So maybe they might go back in for again in the summer. Who knows? But it will be about getting the improvement of players with technical ability, because hardly any of these players that we've got have got it. They're just awful. And if you've been following me, I said once the running goes for some of these players, it's going to look very ugly for some of these guys, and it has done this season. So it's just about getting to the end of the season. Jesse's given them a new lease of life. Rodrigo, who I thought should have been gone, he looks like a different guy now. He's got a chance of staying past the summer. So it's just looking good. It's just looking better. There's a freshness around the place. It's the man-to-man marking thing's gone. It's done, thankfully. That was the one thing I couldn't wait to see go. So yeah, listen, it's better days now, but it's a big weekend because let's say Man United beat Everton and then Burnley beat Norwich and we don't beat Watford, then we might have to start looking over our shoulders again. But I think just with the momentum we've got, I think we'll be okay.
Fair dude. He's going to go around the circle, and I reckon the answer is going to be the same from everyone, but I just want to make sure. Matt, at least staying up, yes or no?
Yeah. They've got. I think they needed Jesse Marsch in it.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna throw a curveball there.
No. If Bielsa was still there, I would be worried. And KG knows I'll be worried. But but Jesse Marsch is giving them that lift that they needed. So I think they stay up. I think they stay up.
Cool. Aaron, what about yourself, bro?
Yes, definitely staying up.
And George.
No, I agree. Everton in the mud.
They are indeed. That's the way we like.
They love to swim in that mud.
You'd love that.
They love to swim in that mud, Everton.
They are indeed. But George, I'm going to stick with you. Oh, go on,
sorry.
Go on.
Can I just say, Cal? Can I just say about Everton as well? I know I'm on a Liverpool channel.
Talk on it, bro. Take as long as you want, bro.
They have
Make a cup of tea.
No, seriously, they have literally taken over the mantle of worst team in the league from us. Like we had that where it just looked like we were just going straight down with no end in sight. When you're getting a clearance like that from Ben Godfrey at the end, that tells you everything you need to know. That doesn't happen when you're fighting for the title or even just in mid-table. That happens when you are going in the wrong direction. And I know that they're having an emergency meeting. I don't know if Lampard's going to be there, but you look at their fixture list, man, Burnley are going to go to Norwich and they're going to be on a high. They could be in the bottom three this weekend. But I want to ask, actually, because I'm on the Liverpool channel, as much fun as it is with Everton being where they are and could get relegated, do you prefer them being in the mud but stay up just so you can have those games every year, or would you like to see them get relegated?
Can I take this one, Matt? Do you mind if I take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to let you finish.
From the absolute bottom of my heart, nothing would fill me with more joy than seeing them get relegated. I kid you not, bro.
Lampard, so stressed. He's so stressed.
Can I just say, about Everton?
Lampard is stressed, blood.
Lampard getting Everton relegated. Oh my! Bro.
Can I just say something about this? Yeah?
He's more than stressed, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And I've got a friend who supports Everton, so you know,
Big
if he ever
up,
sees,
bro.
if he ever sees this,
I've got a few.
I love you, but listen, this is what the Everton fans asked for. Let's take it back to when Everton was about to appoint that Portuguese manager, Pereira.
Oh, yeah.
They went to Goodison Park and did the whole graffiti thing and said, Pereira out, Lampard in.
Even the graffiti was weak. The spray can ran out. You could see it.
Look at Lampard. He's so stressed.
They went.
And can I just say as well, because Lewis always accused me of having an agenda because of the playoff semi-final, but I've told people what Frank Lampard's been like. It's nothing to do with no playoff semi-final. That's been and gone. You can hear it in his post-game interviews. It's never on him. It's this has been before I got here. The players they've got to pick themselves up. It's never on him. It's that arrogance and that's why I questioned the Everton appointment. The only time I knew it was going to be good was against us because he really dislikes us and Bielsa more to be mentioned. And that's what happened. They absolutely battered us. But then since then, it's been a trickle of a last minute against Newcastle, and then just defeats one after the other. But hey, listen, they got their wish. They've got Lampard. You got the hype. Enjoy it.
But this is why I said, KG. Like they listened to the fans. Yeah, you got your wish. But this is the thing with Lampard. Lampard for me, and this is not me trying to be disrespectful, but Lampard is just another manager like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who just lives off his name.
Facts. That's facts. I think it's facts.
He just lives off his name. And fortunately for him, even if he gets sacked by Everton, he'll get another job and another job and another job and another job because he's Frank Lampard. But because the game you can't cheat the game, because you cannot cheat it, it will keep knocking you down if you don't do the things you're supposed to do. Frank Lampard is good at one thing. He knows how to talk in press conferences.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he knows how to talk. This
Yeah,
guy
but-
knows exactly what to say, but when it comes to actually managing, and here's another thing that I
Sorry, Aaron. Sorry, I have to say this quickly. You see how you say talking press conferences, right? Don't you remind you of Pinocchio though? Because you see, like when someone starts lying, when it's Pinocchio, the nose get bigger. Yeah. You see with Frank Lampard, I'm a lying, Aaron. This is him.
Oh man.
Fam, he getting found out, bruv. He getting found out. I don't care what no one says. You can only talk a good game for so far. You know what I'm saying?
He's the Amir Khan of football manager.
This is Lampard, fam. This is what he really looks like.
He's the
Really?
Amir Khan of football manager.
At Chelsea, he got given incredible amount of funds, to buy players, etc., etc. Yes, he done a great job with the youngsters, but he bought what are you saying, Drift?
What have I walked into? What is going on?
How about Fat Frank?
Oh my days! I thought we had a special guest. I actually thought we had a special guest.
Fat Frank.
Oh my god!
He spent an incredible amount of money at Chelsea just to do nothing, and even at Derby, he needed players from the Premier League to be doing well. What's his name? Harry Wilson, Mason Mount, Tomori.
Boy.
Mount was incredible, by the way. I have to say that, and so was Harry Wilson and Tomori. But you can clearly see that if he doesn't have big money signings, just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he'll just be decent. He'll be all right. He'll be okay. So listen, Everton fans, this is what you wanted. You went to Goodison, done the graffiti thing. He's there now. Back him. And I had a lot of Chelsea fans come at me and say, or not come at me, but discuss with me and say, nah, but you'd be surprised to see what Lampard could do if you give him time and money. I'm saying, and I was like, bro, he had time and money at Chelsea. Look what he done.
You will be surprised. He'll take you lower than you've ever been in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep eating.
I've got no sympathy for Frank Lampard. Like KG said, when he talks, he's comes across very arrogant, and there's not many managers that I look at and have that feeling.
That picture's killing me, man. That picture's killing me.
Not all top players are good managers. That's it.
Yeah, man.
People need to learn that.
You can't cheat the game, and Lampard is.
In fact, most top managers weren't even good players, really. So
that's
true.
That's so.
Guardiola's like one of the only ones, isn't it?
Like maybe managing is just not for him. I'm a big Thierry Henry fan, but I don't think he's going to be a good manager. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Henry's not capable of realizing people can't do the world class stuff he could do. I think that's Thierry's problem.
Yeah. I heard he was.
That's a problem. Roy Keane's got that same problem.
Yeah, and a little bit of anger sprinkled in as well.
I think they basically wanted the players to like kill each other or something. It's just like, well, that's not gonna happen nowadays. Like, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, for real. But George, I'm gonna stick with you again. A couple of weeks ago, Arsenal seemed sure stamped to be in the top 4. Champions League football has come back to the Learning Centre, also known as the L'Emirates. However, they've done an Arsenal. Patrick Vieira showed why he's a legend, and the other guy who's there now wasn't a legend at the club. George, you guys are scoring goals again. You've got Arsenal on the 12th of May. Massive game. George, is the pendulum swinging in your favour now?
Straight after you guys. Yeah.
Oh, is it officially penciled in now? The North London.
We're going to need you to do a solid for us that day, George. It's no hard feeling.
Don't worry. We need to do it ourselves. Don't worry. I don't need any more motivation. But, it's looking okay. It's looking all right. I'm not going to say anything too much too soon but our run-in does look a bit better than theirs. They've got to play obviously Man U, West Ham, and Chelsea is their game in hand, and obviously we've got to play them as well. So that's massive. I mean, if we beat them alone and then win the rest of the games, then we've secured it. But it's the Premier League. It's not as easy as that. We'll go and lose to Norwich on the last day of the season when we need it to get top 4. That's just how we roll. We'll beat Arsenal and then lose to Norwich. It's just typical. But it is looking good. I'm loving the way we're playing at the moment. I really am. I think it's a myth that we're just counter attacking, because I've watched us score a few goals and a lot of them have been building out from the back with Lloris. In fact, Lloris has kicked the ball long the least out of any player in our team. He always passes to a defender left and right. So I'm seeing some beautiful football. I'm seeing a lot of goals. We've finally got some great players in Romero, Bentancur, and Kulusevski, just to even out the team. Like, we're getting more goals from other players now. It's not just Kane and Son. That's been our problem the whole time.
Yes.
If Kane and Son, if one of them is not firing on a game, we're screwed normally, because usually the case is one assists the other. So if one's not playing well, we're not scoring goals. But now Kulusevski's coming up with assists. The fullbacks, who I thought were dog, and I didn't want them back in the team at all, and now coming up with goals and assists every week. So honestly, I can't complain. We've got no Europe or anything to focus on. I think we just need to take every game as it is, win every game. All right, we'll concede. We'll probably lose to you guys. I'm going to be honest. We're going to lose away at Anfield, but win every other game, and I think we're sweet for top 4.
Fair dude.
And can I just say as well, Arsenal with it's one of those things about momentum. They lost against Palace, and then they lose Tierney before that and Partey during that game, and they're going to be out pretty much long-term-ish. That's even swings it even more in your favour, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think because Tomiyasu's been out for ages as well and can't really get back in. So their backline was it's like Suarez, Xhaka playing left back, Gabriel and Wyatt. Yeah, that's all right. It's not too bad.
Yeah,
Kane, Son, Kulusevski against those 4. I'm happy.
There's a lot of talk that Tomiyasu and Tierney are definitely out until May at the earliest, and they're still assessing Partey, but it was a hamstring. That can't be less than 2 weeks, innit? If it's a hamstring, minimum 2 weeks.
No, Partey, it's his thigh. It's his
his thigh? Oh, okay. Well, I heard they're still assessing Partey, so they don't know. But yeah, the injuries are piling. But we all knew Arsenal only had an 11, and the only way they could get top 4 would be to keep the 11 fit. I just thought they would keep the 11 fit. So it's kind of mad that they've all kind of like broken down at the same time, kind of thing.
And to be fair, Lacazette's lack of goal scoring is really coming through now as well. Like before, he got like a couple assists, few assists here and there for like Saka and co. But now that they're not scoring, he's like, it's just more obvious that he's not scoring and is a bit out of form himself. So
I know we don't want to big up Arsenal, but while we're just on the subject, is it not common sense to just play Partey on the right, put Saka at left back because he's proven he is a very good left back, like filling in, and then put Martinelli down the middle and Emil Smith-Rowe goes wide left?
You say Partey?
You mean Pepe?
Yeah.
You mean Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe. I said Pepe. Did I not say
No,
Pepe?
you said Partey.
It's a revolutionary game plan.
Right winger, bro.
Yeah, no, my bad. Yeah, so Pepe right wing, Pepe right wing, and Emil Smith-Rowe left wing.
Man,
Martinelli down the middle.
The wings, you know. It's a hard work, bro.
So we're not letting Son do anything on that side.
If you as Arteta, does that not still fill you with a bit more hope than like Xhaka at left back and all this other weird things that I'm hearing they're gonna try and do, like Lokonga in the middle on his own? I mean,
that worked so well for them last time they did that.
Yeah, like that. You know, Xhaka's got to be in the middle. Pepe, he's 72 million. What are you saying? They can't put Saka at left back because he came through as a good left back. Do you remember? He was actually playing really well for them at left back when he first come through. Like, I don't know, man. That's a bit, I don't know.
All right, let me ask a question. So Matt Drift, chill for a sec. This is for you guys, Aaron, George, and KG. Kulusevski, has he been the best January signing in the league? Chill, Matt and Drift. Just chill. I know. Just chill. I'm just answering the question. Don't rush me after the show.
Sorry, what other signings were made in January? So I can compare.
You're definitely trying to get me rushed, Aaron.
I think they're looking for
Luis Diaz.
Diaz no comprende. Kulusevski, mwah. What a player! What a player!
I mean, when we're talking about best signing, we're talking about
impact. About who's a better player. We're talking about
we're talking about impact, and obviously, he's had a greater impact because he's obviously playing every game and a lot more regular for them. So I would go with Kulusevski, and I'm not being biased. I think Diaz is the better player easily, But Kulusevski's definitely had the bigger impact of the two, I think.
I think Diaz is like obviously it's a great signing for you
I would
guys
say
because you need
Kulusevski.
backups. But
Yeah, I would say Kulusevski just because he's finally solved that right hand side for Spurs that has been problematic for years. So and he fits in, he just slots in. It looks like he's been playing with them for years. So it's a really good fit. And what is it, a loan? So when you add that all together, I would say Kulusevski. But yeah, I'm not saying he's the best player, but yeah, absolutely, he's been the best one so far.
I just love that he's so young already. Like, just he's 21 and is built like a Premier League player already. Like, he's massive. He's huge.
I've been able to to watch him up close. Obviously, when Spurs came to Old Trafford, and he was the player that impressed me the most. Actually, I was very impressed with him. The close control, the dribbling. I love the guy, honestly. I've been a fan of his since he was on loan at what was it, Parma or something? Was it Parma?
Yeah, it was Parma.
I think it was. Yeah.
Since then, I was like, this kid is going to be something special. And yeah, Sweden got a gem in their hands, man. So if Spurs
when you've got Ibrahimovic big in Europe, then I think you're a good player.
Yeah, and I hope that
just quickly as well, he eliminates that thing where everyone has to be quick because of his control and the way that he can control the ball and hold it up. He doesn't need to be overly fast, and he's fully useful with the ball. Hardly any of those crosses or left foot ones he puts in goes to waste. So yeah, man, full credit to him, man. He's lighting up the Prem.
Yeah, that was the first couple of games, or well, the first game. It was mental. We had first 15 minutes. Some Spurs fans were getting on his neck already for not being quick, and I was like, "You lot are mental." The people that were saying it's crazy, but yeah, you're right. Like, he doesn't have that raw pace, but his like Aaron was saying, his close control is disgusting. I don't think he's been dispossessed since he's joined Spurs. Like, he just moves up the pitch with the ball effortlessly and just whips in a left footed across to Kane's son, whoever it may be, and it's just assist left, right, and centre. So yeah, I think he's a proper gem. I like him. But he's on loan for now. But if we get Champions League, it's a mandatory sign him for 25 million, which is nothing anyway. But which is weird. I think we have an option to buy him for 23. So I think if it looks like we're getting top 4 or like 20 mil, if it looks like we're getting top 4, just sign him before we get it. Just so you don't have to pay the extra few mil.
You know that whole option to buy, yeah. Is the selling club allowed to change that, or is it like written in stone?
No, it's
done.
It is.
Done.
Oh, okay.
We have the same with Romero. We only do it just so that we can move money to later years and stuff like that. Every club's doing it now. So Romero is on loan technically with a 40 million like clause to like obligate. It might even be not. I think it's an obligation to pay this year. So.
Yeah, he's good as well.
He's still a player.
Yeah, he's another one. Very, very good player.
As I said, him, Bentancur has actually helped our midfield massively. This guy, I saw him turn 2 West Ham players in our own box effortlessly. He does everything so effortlessly. It's insane. He had a shot as well that nearly went top bins, and he looked like he didn't even try. It's mad. Yeah, I'm liking all of our signings at the moment. We need to add more in the summer.
Every time I play, I've been doing this for 3 years now. Every time I play career mode on FIFA, Bentancur is one of the midfielders that I back. So he's another one that I've been liking since his Juve days. And yeah, I'm a big fan of these guys, man. And I like the fact that Spurs are trying to go for Spurs are going for more younger players who have a fair bit of experience in Europe as well, which is very important. So. Yeah, man, I like the business that you guys have done, and I didn't even know that half of these guys were on loan. I thought you just bought them. So, hopefully you guys, you can, trigger those clauses and get them tied down.
No, we definitely can. We've done the deals just purely so that we can defer the money to later years, just so we don't have to spend it straight away. Sort of thing. Yeah. They are our players. We're going to sign them officially like this summer. So
cool. Makes sense. To be fair.
Hey George, have you heard that you've been looking at our Jack Harrison as well?
No, thank you.
Massive Jack Harrison, you know. Not even Calvin Phillips, blood. Jack.
No hablo inglés.
Now you know what it is, George, because I thought the same thing as well when I first read it. I thought, what the hell? What would Tottenham want with Jack Harrison? But when you think about where he'd play, he'd be playing as a left wing back. And obviously, Reguilon isn't really fully in favour with Conte. You know, Session is not working out. And he's been recommended, I think it's by Pirlo to Paratici as they work together in New York. So that's where the links come from. And apparently he was trying to get him in January. So there's a chance he might go in for Jack Harrison in the summer. Listen, you know,
it's clearly a translation issue because I'm hearing Rafinha. I'm hearing Rafinha. I don't know about you guys, but not just a translation issue because it can't be anyone else, surely.
Speaking about the summer though, and change and all of that stuff, Aaron, got to come to you now. Ten Hag looks as though it's definitely happening. Obviously, you've gone through Oli. You're now with Ralph. You've gone with Mourinho, Lou Van Gaal. I've enjoyed the last few years. Man United fans haven't. The board is still the same, though. And one thing you've said, and you've always been consistent on this, no matter who the manager is, if the board's still there, it's still a problem. The board's not going anywhere. However, if you can get someone like a Ten Hag, do you think it makes a difference to the philosophy and the direction the club's going in?
Yes and no. No, because the Man United board is very stubborn. They hold on to, the Manchester United values very, very tight, and they hardly want it to change. But I can see, because I can see the change of direction in terms of like where the club wants to go to. Never in a million years would we have signed someone like Rangnick 4 or 5 years ago. Never. Now that he's in, people were still questioning the consultancy role. I think, by the way, he is fully behind the Ten Hag thing. Fully. There's no way that the board just looked at Ten Hag by themselves and said, okay, we're looking at X, Y, Z. He's done this at this club. He's done this at that club. Okay, cool, we're signing him. No, this is fully on Rangnick. I think he has... There have been some intense conversations where Rangnick was like, this is the guy. And the another good thing about this is we're looking for someone who's going to be assisting him at board level. I've heard of, I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, but Emanalo, he's probably coming in. He's on the list, sorry. Ex-technical director at Chelsea who brought in the likes of Courtois, Hazard, Salah, brought Drogba back from Galatasaray, all these deals. De Bruyne, sorry? Yeah, De Bruyne. So apparently he's responsible for all that. Another name on the list is Paul Mitchell, of course. Manchester boy, born and raised, done incredible things at Monaco, done incredible things at Leipzig, if I'm not wrong. Was responsible. He actually worked with Rangnick at Leipzig, who brought in the likes of Haidara, the likes of Werner, and obviously when he was still good. So I'm liking the idea of it. I'm not getting gassed just yet, but I'm liking the direction that this is going in. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Obviously, it looks like Ten Hag is going to be coming in, and I see a lot of negativity in the comments, man. And people saying Ten Hag is going to be in for a shock. No, listen, Ten Hag is
hostile over here. Apologies, Aaron. It's hostile though, bro.
Yeah, 20 Hag is my favorite one.
The reason why I prefer Ten Hag to Pochettino, I've got nothing against Poch. I like him. I think he's a good manager, but I think the reason why I didn't want Poch to come in is because so many ex-Manchester United players were advocating for him. Bring him in. He knows the Premier League. He knows what it's like. He's got the experience. He knows the Premier League. We can't afford to bring in someone who doesn't know the Prem. But then I'm like, hold on. You guys keep praising Pep and Klopp, but these guys didn't know the Prem before they came in, did they? They didn't. So how come you don't want to trust a guy that doesn't know the Prem? Take the risk. Let him come in. He's done an incredible job at Ajax. I know people say that it's easy to win the league, but before Ten Hag came in, they hadn't won the league for 5 years, and it was constantly between Feyenoord and PSV. So what now?
You got to look at their Champions League runs as well in the last few years. They've looked great in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So how come Ten Hag comes in and all of a sudden Ajax are good again? So what? Was that magic? No, he must have done something right. Obviously, the setup at Ajax, yes, it's very good, but obviously he's done something right. And I know I've heard about the comments Van Gaal made. Apparently he spoke to Ten Hag and told him not to come to Man United because it's a commercial club. I agree with that. We are. Then again, like I said, with the likes of Paul Mitchell potentially coming in and Rangnick already there might be a change. Personally, what I like about Ten Hag is...
can I just ask as well? Aaron, can I just ask as well with Ten Hag? He's looking for assurances and guarantees, but when you're hearing that Luke Shaw's going to be discussing a new contract, surely you would hope that he would have said okay for whatever reason. He would say okay, but if not, he'd say no, leave that, and when I come in, I'll decide if I want to keep him. That's got to be something going forward for the manager. Do you agree or not?
Absolutely. And I've read those reports about Luke Shaw getting the new contract. Apparently, it's not a completely new contract. We're just triggering the year option that was on the new contract that he signed all these years ago. Same for Rashford. But I just want someone to come in and, give some of these players a kick up their ass, man, because they need it. Some of these players are actually not even interested in football anymore. And I'm going to try not to be too negative about certain players, but you can tell when you watch them play, they don't want to be there. They don't want to play football anymore. Some of them have interest outside of football to the point where they have more positive headlines outside of the pitch than on the pitch, which is what we know you for. So I think Ten Hag coming in, because he's such a drill merchant, like he's a drill sergeant, he wants things done his way. Obviously, he was assistant to Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich. And what I liked about that, by the way, was obviously the first team was playing their football, but Guardiola made sure that the reserve team was playing the same style of football that the first team was playing, just in case they have injuries popping up here and there. They can take a youngster, fit him in, and they know exactly what to do. And this is what happened. That's why you saw the likes of, and I'm going to throw in names that you probably never heard of, Julian Green, an American footballer.
I know Julian Green.
Yeah, I know what
Julian Green at one point had a run of 6 months at Bayern Munich, just playing. He was sick. And I was like, who's this kid? Just coming in out of nowhere from the reserves and just playing that style of football. It's because Ten Hag was told to play the same style as Guardiola with the reserve team. And fun fact, obviously you guys know in Germany, the reserves play in the actual football pyramid. So they were playing in the fourth tier. Ten Hag came in, they won the fourth tier and played in the third tier. And they ended, I think they finished second in a third tier and almost ended up in a second Bundesliga. So yeah, he gained a bit of attention with that. But I'm liking the what I've seen from Ten Hag so far. He seems to have a clear philosophy, a clear way of playing. And yeah, I know it's going to be hard. I know it's not going to be easy with the ball that we have. But hey, if we don't take the risk, then we'll never know. And if we just go for the easy option and just go for Pochettino, and again, no disrespect, but especially for me, I just don't want to give these ex-players what they want. Because last time they wanted something to happen, we got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we all know how that ended up. Do you see what I mean? So I don't want them to get what they want. I want someone to come in, and someone who's got absolutely nothing to do with Manchester United. Just let him come in and do his job. And I'm not trying to compare things here, but when Klopp came in, Klopp was a man who had nothing to do with Liverpool. Nothing. You let the guy come in and you let the guy do his job, and look at where you guys are at right now. And this is what we need. We can't have another man come in who's just going to be praised by all the ex-players on television, and we're just going to be sat there having to take it all in and not have any sort of criticism for him. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, that's my view on it.
Agreed.
Not to go on a tangent, but just quickly on what Aaron said. I know in England we've got way too many teams for it to be a thing, but I always thought it was amazing that they do that in like Germany and Spain, where your reserve team get to play actual competitive football. And if you're playing for that team, it's not just for the hell of it. I've always thought that was really cool. We got too many teams in England, didn't it? So we wouldn't be able to do that. But I've always thought that was really cool. And I know they can't be promoted to the same division the main team is in. But it would still be amazing if you was playing reserve football, but it was against like Tranmere and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that would be cool, man.
They kind of do that with the Papa John now, Griff.
This is a good point, because that explains why, if you look at the under-21s European Championships, why do you think Spain and Germany always win it?
Yeah, makes
because
sense.
these guys are ready for men's football.
Yeah,
And when they do come in,
facts.
when they do go to the senior teams, they're ready. Did you guys remember when that 2009 Germany under-21 squad that won the Euros? Yeah, these guys, that team had Neuer, Özil, Boateng, Cruz, and these men just completely slotted in like they were when they played in the World Cup 2010. Yeah, Özil looked like he'd been playing there for ages because they're ready for men's football. And I think if England start doing that, then we can talk about England starting to win things, because as it stands right now, but that's a conversation for another day, I don't think England are nowhere near to win something because of that system that they haven't put in place.
We've just got more teams than any other country. That's probably what it is. Like I'm sure we've got the most football teams out of any country I can think of, considering how small we are as a country as well.
Matt, just on to you quickly. Now, between now and the end of the season, the players now know Ten Hag's going to be coming in. A lot of the players have underperformed, but I think Ten Hag is very similar to Klopp in, I think he'll approach this with the majority being given a chance to prove themselves, whether it be pre-season or the whole season, depending on how flexible he's going to be. Do you actually think that this appointment or the announcement of the appointment could actually help galvanize that Man U team and some of the players in there who might be thinking, you know what, I need to prove myself to make sure I've got a future under the next regime? Or do you think it could work against them and pile pressure on some of these players?
I don't want to sit on the fence, but it is going to be 50-50 because some players I think have had enough. Like, if I'm being honest, it does look like Paul Pogba's kind of had enough. I think he probably just, and I think he said it as well in an interview where he was just like, I want to win things. He's like, not being disrespectful, but obviously I want to win some major trophies. And he feels like he's not in a position to do that. So in his own mind, he's going to be thinking,
well, he's available for free anyway, isn't he? So he's just probably less likely sign a new contract.
This is what I was going to say. Is he going to sign a new deal knowing that it's still a project? He's at an age where he can't go to a project that's just started. He's got to be in a project that's already on its way, innit? And he's one of the mainly missing pieces. So for him, players like that, I don't think it will make him sort of like try any harder. I think he kind of knows what he wants to do. With some of the younger players, though, it will probably give them a bit of a boost because they might be thinking, like, you know what? Let me ball out now. So when my man comes into to pre-season, he can see what I'm doing. So I think it will have that 50-50 effect. But I do think some of my United senior players, they've already made up their minds for next season. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes has signed that new deal. So he obviously thought in himself that he was staying no matter what. So I don't think that even changes his objective. Because I think that's how you got to look at it, Cal. Is it going to change any of the objectives of some of the players? I think for some of them it will, but for some of them it won't, like your Paul Pogba. So I think it is 50-50.
KG, George, you both had new managers recently and you've seen the uptake and the turnaround. Now, for KG, it was more of a emergency situation. You needed results straight away. George, I think Conte had a little bit more leniency because no one going into the season expected you to get the top four. However, those objectives have now changed potentially. With regards to Ten Hag and George and KJ, I'm going to start with you guys on this. How long do you think he will actually be given to sort of start to make change and before people start saying, is he the right man or not? Not necessarily start winning things, because winning things is far into the future for Man U, in my opinion. But they need to see change. How long has he got to do that?
Probably not as long as he should have, is the thing. Because I think, especially with the way you said with Ajax and everything, I think the key is going to be with like the academy and the players. I think he's going to want, like we were saying before, everything is going to be set up the same from younger ages all the way up to the top team. Because the way he sort of brings through the younger players at Ajax and his philosophy is, it's going to need the whole club to be on board. It's not just about fixing the first 11 or the first squad. And again, it kind of echoes sort of what Aaron's saying. It depends as well on the board and everything, whether they'll back his ideas fully or not, or again, whether they're going to make a typical shirt selling signing. Because if they're going to do that, I think, like, I love Ten Hag. I wanted him at Spurs when we before we got Nuno in, because I think he would fit quite well with us and sort of how we operate. But the problem is with the way Man U operate currently, if it stays the way it is, I don't think he'll be a success there. I think you might start seeing younger players playing better because they've got a lot more confidence from the manager. But apart from that, I think, like you said, the big name players, they'll probably struggle if he's not allowed to bring in the players he wants, or at least set up the way he wants from the younger ages all the way up to the first team. So I think for Man U, it's the whole thing of if he's allowed to change the everything to do with how the philosophy is with the club at the moment, then yeah, I think he'll be fine, and I think they won't have any issues. But I think they might be quite short-sighted in the first team, and a lot of pressure will come on quick next season, which is a problem because it shouldn't be that way right now.
Yeah, do you agree with that, KG?
Yeah, I mean, listen, much like what I said about Jesse Marsch working with a certain kind of player before he comes to Leeds, this is going to be the same for Ten Hag. He's worked with technicians like Anthony, Gravenberch, and all these guys. He's going to want to bring in those kind of players. And if the Man United board don't back him, because a lot of those Dutch guys don't rate Maguire like that. So it will be very telling to see who's remaining in that team. And if you're seeing Maguire still there, Luke Shaw and all these guys, then has he really got full control? I'm not very sure, because I don't think those are his kind of players. So it's going to be interesting just to see how much say he's going to have with incomings and outgoings, because they definitely need to refresh this squad up. It's just stale. There's players that shouldn't be there. And how many more chances can you give certain players as well? I think they need to assess that in the summer and go from there too.
Very true. Drift, just before we end us on this Man United segment, which players in their current squad do you think have the potential to really thrive under the stewardship of Ten Hag?
Oh, well, the obvious one is Beak. That's why I think it was a loan, and they didn't
had him still. Completely forgot they even had him.
I think that's why he left on a loan, because he knew the future could possibly be this. Because I think Poch would have got the best out of Beak as well. He's a good player, and I don't know what Man United or Everton are doing with him. It's a bit weird, to be honest. So he was straight away, that one's obvious. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because with Bruno Fernandes, even though he is a good player, he gives the ball away too much for Ten Hag. And that's going to be very interesting. And now he's just got this double wages bumper new deal. Ten Hag's just got to work with him, innit? There's nothing he can do about that one. So that'll be interesting. Funny enough, the type of players that are leaving are the type of players. See, for me, I think the Pogbas and the Jesse Lingards and those type of players, I think Ten Hag would like those guys. Those guys are technical footballers. You look at the Rashfords and players like that, and they're less Ten Hag type players, isn't it? And it's weird because I don't know what you lot think, but I've been thinking about what's going on with Southgate and England, right? And this whole situation where everybody's been making sure that they've backed Maguire, which fair dues. I think he was unfairly booed for England because people think he's crap for Man U, but he plays well for England. No matter how much you want to banter him, we have to just keep it a buck. Like, he plays well for England.
I think it's his attitude, Drift. I don't necessarily think it's how he plays. I think it's his attitude.
Well, here's the thing. I think there's a conflict of interest going on here between Southgate, England, and Man United. And I think players like Shaw and Maguire are being made to play for Man U to keep them fit and in game shape for England. Because I don't believe that those two players are playing well enough for Man United to just continually every single week play. But they're always picked for England. So there's a little part of me starting to think, is Southgate actually hollering at Man U and being like, look, I'm putting pressure on them like Maguire and Shaw, they got to play. I don't really care if they're out of form. I need them ready for the World Cup. I need them ready for England.
Oh, Southgate ain't built like that, man.
But not just, I remember, not Southgate just himself, but Southgate has the entire FA to back him in whatever he's trying to do to help England win an international tournament. No, do you get what I mean? Just putting pressure on. I'm not saying they can tell them what to do, but is it not weird that Shaw and Maguire are so bad for Man United, but will never be dropped, and then are always first pick for the England team?
Who's going to come in for Maguire?
This has happened through time. With loads of top clubs players where they just get in because of who they play for. Nicky Butt used to be a regular for England while hardly ever getting a game for Man United. This has been happening forever. So you can play bad for Man United, but you'll still get in. But if you're playing well at say a lesser club, you have to do even more than that player that's playing badly at Man United.
Look at Grealish recently when he was at Villa, couldn't get a sniff of Southgate. All of a sudden he was at City, not even playing for City, and now he's starting for him.
No, boys, no, I get that. I know that's always happened. Like, I fully know that. But what I mean is, even Man United won't drop either of them, no matter how bad they get. Man United won't drop either of them as well. Like, come on, we've all got players in our team. Now, you might get a bit of an extra blight, but eventually you will be dropped if you're playing bad.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's had a few games out though, hasn't he? I think he did try.
Yeah,
was it Tellez?
Yeah.
He tried him for a little bit. I know Maguire's had a few games here and there out, nothing in a row though. But they have to play those guys. That's their players. That's their big money players. So they're gonna have to play him right now.
But then they dropped Wan-Bissaka, KG though. Like they didn't care about him because England don't care about him. He's 50 mil and they just dropped him.
Yeah, I mean,
you know
listen.
What I mean?
The England managers will always have people that they're more comfortable with. Even if Jordan Pickford gets relegated this year, he'll probably still be Southgate's number one come the World Cup, and that's not right
probably.
when you consider his performances. But that's just what happens. And you always worry about that. Southgate said this as well when he first come in. He said that he wasn't going to do the whole thing what happened with England managers before. You have to be informed, but he's fallen into that trap. It happens to all of them, man. They just
you want the same. You want the same camp. You want the same players because they did well last time, and it's just.
Yeah.
Although I can understand, I can understand to a degree wanting a kind of level of consistency within the national team, though. Do you get what I mean? Because you can't always just have a whole new bunch of fresh players every time because I do get you need regularity. It just kind of makes it's a bit weird. Maguire and Shaw are always picked for Man U pretty much, no matter how bad they play, especially Maguire.
Do you know why that is though for me? Because what that is like you kind of I think it was George, I think you alluded to or KG, the whole they done well for me in my last tournament, so I know I can trust them. And what so matters is that I understand it to a degree. Like obviously you kind of feel like when he plays for you, you get the best out of him, right? But you still got to look at it and go, just call it what it is. Is Harry Maguire having a better season than Tomori? No. So let Tomori have his flowers and let the boy go play football. Instead, what happened now? You got a Harry Maguire who puts up stinkers every week. But Southgate clings on to that whole, but that's Man United. Harry Maguire. England Maguire does me justice. Well, not only that, Southgate. If you are watching this as well, you play a back three. So therefore, comfortability is well for Maguire. I think Maguire does suit a back three. Yeah, of course, the type of defender that he is. You're gonna get probably a bit better out of him. But if you ask me as well, that there's other defenders out there for me that have had better seasons or just better, and they don't start ahead. Another defender who I don't understand, and I don't want to turn this into some disrespectful thing where man's just gonna start naming players who shouldn't be there. But another one I've never really understood for me, but you guys can correct me if I'm completely wrong with this. Tyrone Mings, fam. I'm gonna be honest. Bro, this guy
terrible.
He is.
I think being born a lefty has saved him a bit. That's what I'm crazy there. He's left footed centre back.
But when I say he's so basic, it's not. But he is I just anyway. I won't even go into it. But there's just certain people again. I don't want to turn into a thingy session, but there's just certain players I think, right, how are you still playing? And you might have had 1 or 2 games, but you haven't even been consistent for your team. Like Tyrone Mings he's made a few errors even at Villa this season.
Yeah, Gerrard's gonna try and phase him out of the team.
Yeah, Gerrard's Gerrard's gonna try and get something better. But again, it is what it is, isn't it?
I always find that so
Dean Smith already did that. Dean Smith did that just before he got sacked. He dropped.
You're right. Yeah,
just before
Gerrard put him back in. Gerrard put him back in.
But this is the thing. I can understand the Maguire because he was the center point for the England defense really in the free. So I can understand still want to keep him. But with the likes of Mings, those cats fine as that. With the likes of Mings, he doesn't even start really in England, especially not in tournaments. He definitely does. Why are players like Tomori not being brought into the England squad? He's clearly had an unbelievable season and deserves a shout, but he can't get in ahead of Mings. What, just because Mings plays in the Prem or because he was in the squad before?
It is that Prem tax. That Prem tax is so hefty.
I thought we were getting somewhere with Sancho still being involved even when he was in Germany and now Bellingham and stuff.
Bro, he barely played in the Euros, bro.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
He played in the Euros.
Yeah, he just brought him along just because he had to.
Because he had to.
Really.
I got one more name for you, Cal, to answer your question as well. People might look at me sideways. I think Fred could do okay in Ten Hag's way of playing, because he is quite technical. For what everyone wants to say about him, I think he's quite good in terms of his technical. He's good at keeping the ball popping off little one passes and he is quite technical. So I think he might be able to do well.
Inconsistent though, he doesn't show it enough.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I just think they can they can definitely find a better player for that position.
Oh yeah, they can definitely upgrade
They
them.
can definitely.
Heart 10 might be able to get better out of him now. But
so again, guys, we're not going to spend long on this because we're probably going to go into more depth on this tomorrow night. But Fabio Carvalho, kind of the worst kept secret in regards to transfer so far. It's almost certain he's going to become a Liverpool player. Now, straight away, he's being compared to two Brazilian players that have either played for us or currently play for us. That is Coutinho and Firmino.
Yeah.
Very, very harsh for him to be compared to those two players straight away. He has characteristics of both. However,
even looks like Coutinho a little bit, isn't
it?
He's very different to those two players, in my opinion, though. But in terms of the deal, 5 mil up front, apparently 2.7 mil in add-ons. Obviously, we'll go into detail about who we could come in to replace and where he could play. Matt Drift, are you happy with the deal?
Over the moon.
Yeah, definitely happy with the deal. I mean, we're not surprised either. Obviously, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. I don't want to eat up the time here because me and Jeff will go in depth tomorrow. But I think we kind of knew, innit? Remember, we was even speaking off air. We kind of knew this was going to happen. So it's just a case of just waiting for that kind of unofficial but official announcement, if that makes sense. Like, it will probably be that, I think, will be made official when I think once the season's done. A bit like the Kanate one, where I kind of knew that it was nearly done in April, and then they announced it in May, and I was just like, yeah, and it's a similar thing. I'm glad we got the player. It'll be interesting to see what happens next, innit? But I think this one was always going to happen.
Well, it was supposed to happen on deadline day, wasn't it? And then it just didn't go over. It didn't go over the line in the end. Yeah.
So,
and it's good to see we've rebuilt the relationship with Fulham after them being upset with us about Harvey Elliott, because they're producing some real kids down there. So as long as we can continue to get first dibs on it, we let them have Nico, Harry Wilson. Like, it looks like, we've because I mean, they were really angry with us over the Harvey Elliott stuff. Like, what I mean? So
they were kind of angry with themselves because they kind of priced themselves out of the whole situation. They thought they were going to get a lot more when they weren't really entitled to it.
Yeah, but you can understand why, because the kids were baller and they wanted to get as much as they could, which effectively I can understand. But yeah, at least we've rebuilt that relationship with them now, because Fulham are producing some really good young players down there. So they might be our new Southampton.
Oh, man, just looking to fleece people. That's
what I'm looking to.
Look, I'm not going to lie. We live in London. I'm not even going to... Fulham fans, if you're listening, hey, we're good, innit? Like,
I'm good.
He's got a football manager, hovered over to Fulham, select feeder club. Give me all your players.
I don't want to be in Fulham one day and I'm just walking the street and I'm like, oh, big man, yeah, you think you're gonna take off? I don't want any of that trouble. So we'll see what happens in the windows going forward. Big up Fulham. We've got Nico over there as well, so big up.
Yeah, no, we've helped them out as well. Wilson's is a brilliant player for them. So, we've reciprocated the love. Do you know what I mean?
I will say, though, with Carvalho, it's a really good signing for you guys, by the way. And I see why he does get compared to Firmino and Coutinho, like a hybrid, because he's more dangerous centrally and he's got the dribbling skills, but he's just got a better finish than, I would say, Coutinho. But I think he's still got all the tools as well to get molded by someone like Klopp. So I think it's really good. But does that now, would you say, really put Curtis Jones out on loan next season? Because I think he'll eat into his time in that advanced position.
All right, There's two. Oh, there's another one I'm looking at.
KG, you
got
No. He's right. He's onto something there.
I'm asking, has he got access to my notes, bro? Because that was my next question. But
oh, swear down.
KG, anything else you want to?
For me, boy, it's one or two though. He's right. It's one or two. It's one or two.
Keep my questions out your mouth. Keep my questions out your mouth.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
It was a Carvalho question.
No, but you lot know already that I want him to go on loan because I think he needs the minutes even without the Carvalho. So yeah, KG, to answer your question, I think Jones needs to go and play 12 months of first team football at a team. You know, if Fulham got promoted, I'm not even being disrespectful. Let them have Jones on loan and let him replace, and then they don't even have to go and worry about a replacement, and it helps both teams. Do you get what I mean? Like Southampton, I think he'd do brilliant. Gallagher might be leaving Crystal Palace because Chelsea want him back. Maybe Crystal Palace could take Jones on loan. Like, there's teams like that I think he could go and do well at. And, you know, I mean, I think he needs to play every week. He does.
For me, it's one or
Everton in the
two.
Championship.
Yeah, well, I was going to say... What was I going to say? All right, he either sends Curtis Jones out on loan, or the one that gets sacrificed is Oxlade-Chamberlain. Because if I'm not mistaken, Carvalho is homegrown. I think it's one of them two.
Being there still, cool.
One of them
go
two.
on, you man. You
Man said we've got Cal's database.
Go to Matt and KG. You not got anything else? Yeah.
No, we're just spitting in it. We're just spitting in it. We're just spitting. We're just spitting bars.
Writing notes for no reason, bro.
No, but Joe, it is. It's one of them. It's one of them things where it's like either what KG said or what I'm saying. It's either Curtis Jones or Oxlade-Chamberlain, bro. Because I thought of the homegrown thing in it. He's homegrown, and we know Ox is not happy. He showed his discontent when he came off the pitch the last time. So yeah, man, it's one of them two for me, bro. That's definitely
Ox is gonna go. Ox is
one of them two is being compromised still.
Just like me.
You know what happened, didn't it? Little man just quickly snuck in and took a picture and sent it to Matt. And
he sent it to Mike, and then he sent it to Kyrie. It's like, little man was like, Kyrie, look, I see Daddy's notes there for the
show. Stevie out here just spilling the tea, man. Bloody hell. We will get into more Carvalho stuff over the next week or so as well, people. But we are going to have a quick look at the upcoming fixtures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the representative of each team to say their prediction for other games, and we'll all give one. So, Aaron, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
And there's not many games I go into watching Man United and think, yeah, I could do with a United win here. But brother, don't let us down, man. Don't let us down.
We'll try not to, man. We'll try not to.
It's a Goodison, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Goodison.
That's the only thing that might get Everton a point because they haven't been bad at home.
There is
they haven't been bad at home. They haven't been bad at home.
There is no. Let me find the picture again.
They ain't been good either. They're almost in the relegation.
No, but what you got to remember is, which I'm sure that Aaron is remembering, but thinking about it, they played brilliantly against City only 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago at Goodison. Yeah, at home, they haven't been the worst team. It's away from home when they're all over the place. So there's a possibility they could get a draw out the game. There is. But yeah, sorry.
I'm talking about Everton.
But then again, what was our last game again? We played
1-1 Leicester.
Let me remind you what we're dealing with.
Should have been 2-1.
Oh, flipping no.
How did you just put a weight throughout the show?
Because he's lying. You can't lie, blood.
Oh my God.
Metabolism slowing down that quick.
Bro.
If he goes from a smile to like a frown face that like adds weight every single time he does it.
Yeah, I think someone in our squad is going to be extra fired up because obviously there's been a little back and forth between Ronaldo and Rooney. I don't know if you guys have seen. Have you seen?
I didn't hear about
that.
This.
No.
I saw what Rooney said, but
basically, Rooney was on Monday Night Football with Jamie Carragher, and they asked him. I think David Jones asked Rooney, if he thought that Ronaldo coming back to United is a success, and Rooney was honest, and he said no.
2006 World Cup raising its head. Slowly. 18 years later, the beef is finally brewing.
Wait.
So, obviously, Rooney said no. He was honest, And obviously, after the whole thing, they took a picture. Rooney, who posted it? Was it David Jones or Rooney? One of them posted it, and Ronaldo commented under the picture and said, "Too jealous." So the word "too" and then jealous. Basically, Rooney and Carragher are jealous of him because of the comment.
Even the legends are beefing. I love it.
Jones is shit stirring though, innit? He knew what he was doing when he put out. That's proper shit stirring. Oh my god.
So Rooney obviously today was doing a press conference, pre-match conference for Derby. I don't know who they're playing, but Rooney apparently came out and said, "Not a footballer on the planet. There is not a footballer on the planet who isn't jealous of Cristiano. The career he's had, the trophies he's won, the money he's earned, his six-pack, his body." And then he ended it with, Leo. I think every player, bar probably Lionel Messi, is jealous of Cristiano Ronaldo. So
he still had to throw in a little.
There's a bit of backtrack with a little bit of sarcasm thrown in.
KG's brewing, you know.
He ain't lying.
I'm
He
KG.
ain't lying.
Jesus.
He ain't lying.
I'm KG's brain right now. Them man talking about money again, yeah?
So obviously Ronaldo knows Rooney, you know, he used to play for Everton and whatnot. So I think Ronaldo is going to be extra fired up. And obviously he's not played the last game. And we all know what happened the last time Ronaldo didn't play a game and then played again. So I think Everton are in for a surprise. Sorry, George. I'm
not gonna lie. I know Rooney's completely cleaned up his acting that now, whatever, but he needed to have had a couple of Carlsbergs in him before he tweeted that, because that was too much of a clean, sober tweet. It needed to just be your all-out, let's just do this, Ronaldo, innit? Let's do the Twitter beef, man. Come on, man.
So I think we should be able to deal with Everton. I can't remember what we did when they came to Old Trafford. I think it was a draw. I think it was 1-1.
It was 1-1.
Was it? Yeah, it was 1-1. Yeah. I remember it was under Ollie. Jesus Christ. But I think we should be able to do a job against them at Goodison. Their form is terrible right now. We need to take advantage of that. If I'm not wrong, we don't have any injuries. Everybody's fit. So whatever team is being put out there on Saturday morning or midday, we should be able to deal with them. So yeah, I think. Oh, sorry, you want a score prediction as well?
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna go with 3-1 United.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Funny how Ronaldo's not ill for the teams in
Everton ain't doing nothing.
Interesting.
You're talking about Ronaldo again, you all right? What's off the stream?
Oh, and please,
some secret, you watch.
please, can I please have a Sean Dyche reaction to that emphatic win against Everton yesterday?
Which one do you want? You want Island Dyche or normal Dyche? Which one do you want?
Oh, what? Let me see. You know what?
I kind of feel like I want to hear Island Dyche, you know.
Island Dyche.
All right, where is it? Welcome everyone, blessings and greetings to the Most High, you know. We're there. Boy, them did doubt we, but all them a talk, them must say nothing now, you know. We dragged them to Turf Moor and we did deal with the thing. When we did tell them at half time, them can't beat we. Them not know how to win. Them on a call it. Them on a DJ call it. Them on a win. Them a lose. We did put the nail in the coffin. Them is done. Cook, jerk chicken. Them can't do nothing. Them gone. Liverpool, you owe me. Me want a little. Give me Nathaniel Phillips. Me need Phillips. Me need him in the defense because Tarkovsky gone. Check out. Hotel. Him gone. So we need Nathaniel Phillips and we need him now. That is the favor we are asking for. So, boy, blessings anyway. We are staying up, you know. Dirty football, but I saw we like it at turf more, you know. Him I drink some of the Guinness punch me give him, and you see him I just run out the wing, you know. Maxwell, him I do him thing as well. So big up the man them, big up to everybody in Burnley. We're back. Balalalala.
Exceptional.
Yes. No.
My
Man said Tarkovsky was gone, blood. Oh.
It was a good game as well.
But
actually,
Cal actually mentioned something that he said. But just think about how Dive said after the game, I don't think they know how to win away matches. Just big football night, and he's coming out with those kind of things. That shows you just the kind of things that they think about Lampard in this league. Sean Dice.
It's true, you know.
I don't know if to know how to win a match away from home. Crazy.
That's crazy.
I can understand where Dash is coming from though, because if you've been in the game as long as he has, and you'd never be given a Chelsea or a Man United job because of just who you are, but then Lampard can have no experience and just get the job because he's a legend. I kind of get why Dash would throw a little shade, like, you know what I mean? Like it's I understand it, you know what I mean?
It's rare that they ever come out and say it though. So it was like, whoa, he actually said that. It's like,
yeah,
I saw me do it. Me no business. Me I got talk my talk. I saw me do it. All right. Next one. Just do really quick score predictions, guys. Arsenal, Brighton. Let's go around the circle. Matt, I'll start with you.
Arsenal 2-1.
I'm going 2-0 Arsenal. Drift.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal. Brighton are in the mud.
Yeah. Aaron.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Arsenal. I think they'll bounce back from the loss against Crystal Palace and they'll deal with Brighton.
Yeah.
George.
Mata. Juan. What the score's going to be.
George is just trying to judge it up, boy.
I think a penalty. Welbeck scenes in the 93rd minute. Just send them into
anyhow, Welbeck equalizes. That'll be amazing.
I want to see do this celebration as well. This thing here, bro.
I want to see it at the Bayors. I want to see him sprint into the other side. Oh, see you later.
What are you saying, KG, bro?
I got 1-1. For that one.
Okay, interesting. Unfortunately, we haven't got Lewis here, but they will be playing Southampton away from home. So, KJ, I'll start with you and reverse the circle. What are you saying for Chelsea?
I'm going to say 2-1 to Chelsea.
Cool. George?
I think this could be a draw. Again, I think Southampton at their place, a bit difficult. And I do think Chelsea are probably going to rest the likes of James because of the fact that they need to come back at Madrid next week. So I'm feeling maybe like a 2-2.
Okay. Aaron?
I'm going to go for a score draw as well. I'm going to say 1-1.
Cool. Drift?
Southampton are on the beach, I think, now. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
I'm going 3-1 Chelsea. Matt?
2-1 Chelsea.
Cool. Big game of the weekend. Massive game, actually. Watford versus Leeds. Matt, I'll start with you. No, in fact, sorry, I won't. KG, the floor is yours. Sorry, Matt. KG, what are we saying for this game?
Yeah, nothing too long. I just think with the momentum we've got right now, Watford hardly being able to score. I think we'll escape with a 2-1 victory because we can't keep a clean sheet for anything. We haven't kept a clean sheet since November, so I don't expect that to continue now.
Wow.
I don't expect that to stop now, I should say. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds and then Hey man, leave the clean sheets alone, man.
Oh, Lord.
I said last year. I said no clean sheets this last year.
Oh, 2021, you know, that's mad.
Listen.
Crazy, bro.
When I've come on here and told you how bad my team is, you guys don't believe me, but you know those that don't hear must feel, you know what I mean? It's one of them. But
it's
so
time to go laundrette on that one, KG, man. They've got the big machines, bro.
It's so mad. It's so mad. I know. So that's why I've got to give Watford a goal. But I think that we'll come out with a 2-1 win, and that will be it for us.
Fair dues. Lee's out here just sleeping on a dirty mattress still.
Jordan, the match is protected now, isn't
it? Straight sponge, bro. George, I'm gonna come to you the next one. Aston Villa versus Tottenham in the evening kickoff.
Ooh.
What are you saying?
I think Aston Villa have been in a bit in the mud the last few games. Is it 3 in a row they lost or 4 in a row, something like that?
They're on the beach. They're on the beach as well, George.
Yeah, there's nothing about their season left now. And I think someone said that earlier about them just making it through to next year. And I think we're scoring goals for fun at the moment and nothing else to do for another week. So probably 3-1 Spurs win. We like to concede for no reason, so we'll probably concede another goal. Ollie Watkins, just probably dinks it in because we can't defend corners. 3-1.
Actually, he's on form. He's been playing well for them.
He's done well. A few penalties though, so it's not like incredible.
Nah, he's been doing well for them.
Nah, he's hot and cold.
Basic still. He's basic.
Dude.
All right, so obviously we've done the Man City preview, guys. Make sure you check that out after this show if you haven't. Aaron, George, and KG though, we need your score predictions. So KG, come to you first. Who's winning? Manchester City or Liverpool? What's the score going to be?
Listen, it's not going to go down well here. I'm afraid to say, but I've already put in my score for that one, and it's 2-0 to Man City.
2-0. Right, okay, cool. Nice having you here, bro. George? I just came and kicked the wine over on the beige carpet, bro. Right.
I swear, no vanish left. Oh, what a shame. You see this? This is a fence. I'm saying 0-0. FPL winners only.
I said 0-0,
I need a fantasy, so 0-0.
Fair dues.
Aaron, the most exciting 0-0 you'll ever see.
Probably would be if it was a 0-0. Aaron, you hate both these teams. Who's winning?
Oh, I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. Is it at the Etihad or Anfield?
Is their place?
Ooh. He almost said Goodison. That's worse than what I said, people.
I know. I let it slide. I've let everything else slide tonight. I might as well, innit? Like,
at the Etihad. I mean, not that.
Man, do you know? Sorry. Do you know what Aaron just did? Like if you go on a double date with your boy and they go, "Oh, how you doing, Jane? I mean, Janet," and you just look at them like, "Did you just mention my ex-girl's name to my new girl, bro?" What you done? I'll go to you, Aaron. We see you, bro. You do your thing, bro.
I think this is going to be a very, very tight game. I think City will concede. But I think they're just going to nick it 2-1.
Fair dues.
I hope Aaron gets the same kind of comments I've been getting in the chat.
Make sure you like here next week still, because I don't agree with you guys. Make sure you're here next week. I'm cooking humble pies for everyone. Humble pies for everyone. I'm going to get through these super chats before you go through the FPL. It's taught us, I'm just going to say. We're going to Benfica. We're going to have a party. We've already been there, bro. We've already been there, done that. Kadir says Benzema opened his fast 13 minutes before kickoff and then produces performances like that. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to say it wrong still. I don't want to say it wrong. So apologies.
Like League Gunner, man.
Yeah, that bruv, that's I don't want to see Wahali. I don't want to like that ain't me still.
Wallahi.
Wahali.
Fam.
I don't want to be getting tipped up like that. Bayesian Barnes says, big up fellas, where is Lewis? Oh, never mind, stuck in quicksand. Lewis actually couldn't do the show for a serious reason, but Chelsea are definitely in the mud right now, where we like to see them. Mr. Sinclair, so yeah, I'm not sure Everton know how to win the game. You guys heard from Island Dutch earlier, so big up yourself. Bayesian Barnes says, karma back at Everton for trying to end the careers of Verge and Thiago in the mud. Tell him again, Bayesian Barnes.
Trust me.
Where they deserve to be.
Facts.
Come at the king, you don't miss. P. Al says, we've won more games this season at Milan than Everton have won away this season. Everton are the only rival team I want to be relegated. I want to see Man U go down as well. Sorry, Aaron.
No. We need Man U in the Prem for the rivalry, but after what Everton did to thingy, get out of it.
Pimp in Distress says, joining from Big Six with Drift. You moved, by the way. You were the only one who wasn't dressed for a wake. Oh, is everyone else in black? Yeah,
all black.
I said awake, yeah.
I'm doing up the corporate ministry in that, yeah.
The boys,
they were just cooking Matisse, innit? I'm not gonna lie, I felt for him a bit. I did pile on, but he was getting cooked, bro.
Yeah, Toby's the worst for piling on to me. Toby's the worst. Yeah. Big up the Big Six boys though. Mario says, where do you want to see your clubs in 2 years' time? That's a good question, actually. George, I'll start with you on that one. In 2 years' time, where do you want to see your club?
With a medal around everyone's necks.
Any particular one?
Cabinet. You know what? I'll take anything at this point. I can't.
Man was just like, I need to see a trophy.
I need it.
KG, what about yourself?
Listen, I would love 2 years' time Europa League. I would love that if that's possible by then. That would be great.
Cool. Aaron?
Sorry, gonna have to repeat that. Sorry.
Where do you want to see your club in 2 years' time?
Oh, in 2 years' time, I just want to be competitive again, man. In the league, I just want to be competitive, be up there and have exciting games again against the likes of you lot, the likes of City, Chelsea. I don't want to go into games knowing that this could be a bloodbath, you know? So, yeah, that's what I would like.
Yeah.
I was going to say the game was entertaining, but only from one end.
That's true. That's very true.
Sorry, bro, I had to get started. I know you're Man United, serve United again.
Matt Drift, I think I can speak for us both when I say in the next 2 years we should be competing for our third quadruple, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, somebody put it best in the comments, innit? Let's try and get the invincible Centurion quad, innit?
Facts.
Yeah.
I want it all. The records, I want it all.
Trust me.
You've only got 2 more days to talk like that, so I might as well get it out of my system, innit?
Speak for yourself, bro. I don't know about you, but I already told the missus in that May, you might not see me much still. Stevie, man. I know it's your birthday, but either you're coming Liverpool, you might not see me much still. Told you, man. I said 4 buses before. The women's team just won a trophy. It's 5 buses now. 5 buses. 1 for the trophies, 1 for the women's team, 1 for the men's team, 1 for the coaches, and 1 for the YouTubers. I want us on the parade. I want us on the parade. Zabiri says, bless up elite panel G and Lewis. Spurs can't keep it up, fifth at best.
How dare you? He said, can't keep up. Like I've had a long night with a lot of beers and going back to the missus.
No.
You said, how dare you?
How dare you? No.
Part of me wants them in the top four with Arsenal pushing Chelsea to fifth. One love.
That would be hilarious if that happened. Oh my God.
That'd be brilliant. I'm not gonna lie. Mario says George looks like a superhero. That kit. I'm not gonna read the hashtag. I ain't getting clipped up. I am not getting clipped up.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
That's a hard pause still. It's a hard
People say the
pause.
hashtag with me all the time. All the time. I hear all the time. Don't worry.
Hard pause. Micah says Chelsea still go through, in my opinion. Thomas Tuchel masterclass. You laughing at the comment?
What Mark A said.
Well, let me see. What did he say?
No.
There's Stevie Baker's birthday cake. Razor,
Oh,
is
gosh.
Greenwood United career finished? I'm gonna say
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know what's going on.
No,
there,
but wasn't he added back onto the team thing or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They said
The
they
lesson
was
about that
removed
situation
on mobile, but it was on the website, so on
Yeah.
like computer.
Liverpool 12th man says, can you discuss Man City in a cheating reveal today? I've not heard anything about this. I don't know if you guys have.
Right. Cheating.
I don't know.
I haven't really-
What cheating?
I didn't read it. I did see like someone post about it. They said
Cheating?
there was some sort of investigation on something, but I can't read it. So
Someone in
Oh,
the
is it?
comments earlier said they're reopening that investigation they put on them.
Bruv, I
a few
believe
years
it when I
ago.
see it.
is that when they
man.
were supposed to get that ban and stuff, and like KDB wasn't going to sign it?
Yeah,
if it
apparently.
nothing gonna happen, man.
Oh, nothing ain't gonna happen. They got the money's too long for them, man.
Exactly.
all I picture is that video of them walking with the lawyers.
Yeah,
It's
it's buried them, bro.
20 of them.
Back at them. Back at them.
All we need is them to get a little point deduction. Let them still get transfers and all that. Just give them a point deduction, innit?
They ain't doing that, bro. They want exciting into the league. They ain't doing that. LFC Rico says City getting slapped like Chris Rock. Love Liverpool. Leave Chris alone, man. Leave Chris alone. Leave Chris alone. That's harsh from Chris. Aaron says, don't like the title of this stream. Sorry, bro, man. Chelsea did get, it was rough. It was rough. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea.
You know, after the
I always mock Chelsea fans, and I keep telling them, you lot only got that one chant, fam. That's it.
One thing, bro. They ain't even got no remix, no nothing.
and
Nothing.
then you know what's mad as well? After the game, yeah, when that everybody was like doing all the hugs and that, I could hear the reggae playing in the background. I'm like, read the room.
It's Sky. It's not reggae. It's Sky.
Read the room, man. Like, what is going on, man?
The thing is, in the press conference before, Tuchel was like, "Yeah, I want to hear more atmosphere. I want to hear what you just gonna sing it one extra time or something? You're just gonna sing the Chelsea one."
They got, I find it mind-boggling.
They'll think about Spurs again.
Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Is that what? Is that
I asked about the same thing. So,
Alex, I can't for obvious reasons read out this comment out loud. But sorry, George.
the same guy that comes in the chat saying, "How was our Champions League result?" Like they haven't been in it for the last 7 years.
Very true. Very true.
Man.
Yo, big up
still
Mons,
gonna be-
man.
we're
Big up
still gonna
Mons.
be
I
the
really thought they was
Big
winning
up
it
Mons,
again.
big
fam.
up Mons.
Benzema said no.
Chelsea fans told me Brentford game was God's plan and that it was spur on Chelsea to win the champs. But yeah, big up the panel, 6 legends. Big up Mons. Big up
Mons as always, man.
You guys check out the Big 6 Bants. Go and subscribe to them on YouTube. LFC Rico says Chelsea got put in a loud pack. They did. Everyone was passing it around as well. It's just COVID as well. Like,
you know what?
Puffing, they were just like, you take it next.
I heard an omen about Chelsea that I don't like. About Real Madrid that I don't like. I don't actually. No, I'm not even going to put it in the atmosphere.
Well, they're going to beat you in the final now.
Nah. It's something to do with every time they play the winner of the last tournament. But
well, you've gone there now. You might as well finish it off, man.
You know what I mean?
Van Dijk gets injured.
No.
I went to the rave.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, every single time they've won the Champions League, they've beaten the champion from the previous year, other than when they did it 3 in a row. And if they knock Chelsea out, they're the champions from last year. So it's like there's an omen that they win every time they beat the previous winner. So
some call it an omen, others call it corruption. But hey, this is football.
Oh, boy. Right, people. It's that time of the show where everyone apart from George starts to get a little bit nervous.
Thank God.
I don't want to see this, fam. I really don't. I'm being
fantasy league for this channel show. It's done, man. It's actually done. It's done.
George come on, man.
Bro, it's done.
George is in 2022 and he's passing 2022 points very soon. KG in second place on 1,763. Matt up to third place.
I've been in third place for months, blood. Are you crazy?
No, not months. You've been there about 6 weeks.
Bro, should we go back week by week? Can we do that, Cal? Can you take it back week by week?
No, I can't. I don't know how to do that.
You've been there about 6 weeks, bro.
I've been there for about 2 months.
Right, I had a good March still. Was it just my bad start? It must be just my bad start, right?
Callum, you're starting to sound like the Arsenal fans where you do the league from a certain date to a certain date.
Oh, we would have won on away goals if only long shots counted. Still,
oh my days!
I must admit, I've got to rate KG and George's consistency because it's impeccable still. I can't even lie.
Drifty, you're in third. I'm in fourth. Sorry, I'm in fifth. Sorry, Drift, you're in fourth. I'm in fifth. Lewis in sixth. But Aaron, again, you're not far off Lewis. You could catch him.
I didn't play for about 3 weeks.
Tight down the bottom, boy.
I need to fix up. You lot are catching me up now. I missed out a few weeks still.
Well, guys, for everyone in the comments, we're going to do the main Fantasy Premier League table tomorrow in the call-in show. So something for you guys to look forward to. So make sure you tune in for that. As things stand right now, George is, we're just playing for, I'll be honest, we're just playing for banter. Like George is
the only trophy a Spurs fan can see is the FPL one. So
George is just PSG this league, boy.
Yeah, fully.
Facts.
Follow through.
But no, guys, it's been a brilliant show. Anything anyone wants to add before we sign off?
Not really, other than, you know what, I can't wait till Sunday.
Fact.
Can't wait, bro. Sunday's gonna be live.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm super nervous. I can't front.
I'm excited. I actually can't wait. I'm being dead for real. I actually cannot wait for this game.
Didn't they say, like, what was it? The goal average was what? It was like 3.6 in the last 6 games or something like that, like per game. So it's gonna be, should be decent.
Yeah, there's gonna be goals, bro, and there's gonna be most likely mistakes as well.
I'm up for it, man. These are the games I want us playing in. I remember,
years back,
100%. Years ago. It was rough. Now 100%. We're here.
It's going to be a rough 10 days. It's a rough 10 days, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, for everyone who's watched and everyone who's watching after the live as well, make sure you smash the like button. Also, in the description, make sure you go and follow Aaron, George, and KG and Lewis, guys. Go and show them the love that they've shown us. They're taking time out to give you guys and content and to help us out. So massive blessings and thank you as always, guys. We will be back next week with this show. In terms of Kop-Ish as a channel, we'll be back tomorrow with the call-in show. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, everyone, for your comments, etc. Holden Zabiri says, let's party tomorrow just in case, you know. But we're partying, full stop. We're just partying. And just know, guys, if and when we win on Sunday, don't expect me to be humble about it.
No? Humble? What's that to be humble about if we win?
That cow's gone.
No, man.
Yeah, that cow's gone.
No. I couldn't. Do you know why I can never be humble? Because remember about a month or two ago, man was just laughing in our faces saying, man are too positive and that, bro. Look now. And again, it might not happen, but look now, innit? Look at the situation that we're in. We're talking about a quad potentially. Mad how things change, bro.
No. Leave the P word out, man. Not potentially.
All right. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying if you and City
Flair
draw,
in them, man, bro. You remember Ric Flair in them, man.
if you and City draw and we win the rest of our games, we win the league. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, you lose the rest of your games. So please,
listen, I can't wait for this game, bro.
We need some Premier League madness.
I can't wait.
Big up, everyone. Until we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.
Peace.